Hi, my name is Greg Schaefer from Golden Gate Development Corporation. We're general contractors out of Northwest Indiana, and we're under contract to make a repair to this building here. And I've produced a small video so you could entertain your interest level, if you will, if you're interested in even bidding this work and providing us a quote to make the repair. Actually, what we have here is a retaining wall, which is approximately about 4 foot high, thereabouts. And what happened on initial construction is they ran the retaining wall to that stub wall right under the downspout, whereas it really should have traveled, if you will, as per the orange lines indicated on the ground. I'm going to get you another view here real quick. Now, as you can see, we are actually under a deck here, overhead deck, but as you can see, we have about 6 foot of clearance. There's not much trouble as far as walking around or moving underneath it, but we need the wall actually relocated. This portion of the wall, as you could see, would actually be removed, possibly reusing that block. If not, we would just put all new block in from that location, kind of following the trend line, if you will, to this location right here. The reason for this movement is the stone wall area right here actually extends all the way down to the level of the pool deck right there, which is about 4 foot deeper. And there's frame structure there that's actually rotted away. And what we're going to do, obviously, is put the new retaining wall relocated to where it needs to be, which will abut the foundation wall, and then this entire area on the inside of the retaining wall will remain, the excavated out will remain just a stone base at the very same height of the pool deck. So this entire area on the inside of the orange line will become exposed stone at the same height of the pool deck. I'll give you a shot of the pool deck and the pool wall right now. Okay, now back from the pool deck area. You can see there's actually it's 6 block high with a cap brick, if you will, block rather, on the top. One block being completely below graded at the deck level, if you will. So as you could see back again at this line right here, we'll be removing the stone, if you will, from the orange line to the stone wall, and then relocating it, if you will, as per the diagram right there. Now you see there's a fence there, will have to be removed. We're assuming you will be required to remove a couple sections of the fence. It is just bolted together, and you would not have responsibility to put that up, but you would have to remove it without damaging it. Again, rather simple task. This area here again will be excavated completely out, the material hauled away. Now, like on any retaining wall, of course, the back side of the wall will have the landscape fabric to prevent any dirt penetration, and then backfilled with stone. And then, of course, the excavated material that was on the back side of the wall would be then just put back in place. But all material on the inside of the wall has to be removed and hauled off, if you will. And again, you're looking at an area that probably is going to represent a 10 by 4 area, approximately 4 foot deep. The downspout, if you will will continue down to the bottom of the pool deck, like we're talking about. And this is the level. The stone will actually, once the wall is removed, there'll be just dirt there. We'll put actually a drain tile system below the deck of the pool. So any excess water that comes down off the wall or through that downspout would be collected in a drain tile release system and then moved out through the trench, which I'll show you shortly, and just daylighted over the bank. Again, I'm referring to the area here again, which will be excavated out and material hauled off. And then, of course, the retaining wall would be then approximately a 4 foot face, just like the swimming pool deck right there. And then we put a drain tile system, if you will, in this immediate area, which then would be channeled, if you will, out to the lake through this existing channel, which I've marked with orange. Of course, that now is only about a foot deep and needs to probably go another 3 foot deep until it actually daylights over the side, and then by gravity flow into the lake. Now, of course, this is necessary to relieve any water that comes down off the deck wall into this cavity right here. Currently there is a swimming pool drain system there which pitches the water to that area there, but we have to put our own drain system in to handle this. There is a retaining wall, concrete retaining wall, which was poured after the original foundation would be put in. That needs to be broken out and hauled off, because needless to say that would be in the way also. It's roughly about 3 foot by 8 inches by 4 foot deep, and again it's not attached to the original pour of the structure. Should come out rather simple. The overall length I will measure of the new foundation wall and give you a rough block count so you can come up with a number that you believe would be the cost you'd need to perform all services we're talking about in this area. To reposition this wall will take approximately, it's about 15 feet as we discussed earlier, which will be roughly 11 block with 6 courses high with a cap block, meaning roughly about 66 block involved there. As you take down this wall over here to relocate it, if these blocks are reusable, of course you could reuse them, but we're assuming that there might be damage to them as we disassemble the wall. So actually you've got to figure whether you're going to need to replace the entire wall or reuse this particular area. There's roughly about 30 potentially reusable block, but sometimes getting them apart they chip and crack, and you're better off probably just anticipating the replacement of all the block. We do want you to match color that. If you're the successful bidder on the job, you will have to come out here, click off a block if you will, take it with you, and then get a color match. Again, I know this is readily available, this particular color. It's a tan, which is faded considerably over the 30 years it's been setting here, or 20 years, whatever the case might be. But that about summarizes what's involved. Again, tear down existing wall to that location, remove that concrete retaining wall, which again is not attached to the building, but it is concrete and have to be sledgehammered out and removed. Excavate this material out on the inside of the orange line all the way down to the level of this deck right here. Put a drain tile system which will relieve itself daylighting over to the lake. Re-instruct the wall to the proper height, and then re-secure the deck, if you will, to the re-secure the wall to the existing foundation with a couple of half-inch rebar, if you will, re-rod into the wall, make sure it doesn't shift, and then of course naturally backfill, disposing of the existing material. We do have good access right here by if you have a small boxer or you're just going to wheel it, absolutely no problem, up there to the outside parking lot through that gate area there. And head clearance again is about 6 foot, so it's really not too terribly bit of a problem. And then of course again you got to remove the couple sections of fence without damage, and you have no responsibility of reinstallation. And of course what we're asking you to do at this particular time is give us a guesstimate on your expense to make this particular project happen. If you're one of the successful bidders as far as price wise, we'll probably bring out the top three guys, if you will, and or 4, whatever, and have them come out and take a look at it before a final number is determined. But this video should give you a pretty good idea of your interest level and approximately what this all should cost, if you will. We do need a guesstimate on what you expect this cost to be before we waste our time. We'll get many inquiries about people wanting to do this job, and we've been at the business for 42 years, so we're very familiar with what we're doing. We do need people that do have insurance. Also, you need to be insurance. Licensing, local licensing is really not required, because this is just a landscape repair for whatever. If you have questions, unfortunately without a guesstimate price it's very hard for us to respond back to any of this, but at the same token I believe this should be accurate enough to give you an idea of what we're doing. We're expecting quite a bit of response concerning this. If this is the work you do and you have done it before, we need you to speak to your experience and your response letter along with your guesstimate. And again, we appreciate you taking your time to take a look at it. Again, my name is Greg Schaefer, and looking to hear from your bids. Thank you.